Hello, I chose to write about Firestone Tire and Auto, located at 6211 Chippewa Street, St. Louis, Missouri, 63109. Originally, Firestone was an American company founded by Harvey Samuel Firestone in 1900. Firestone was created to supply tires for wagons and buggies. Mr. Firestone was a friend of Henry Ford and utilized that friendship to pioneer into the mass production of tires for automobiles. The original company was founded in Akron, Ohio, 118 years ago. Currently, the company headquarters are located in Nashville, Tennessee. Gordon Knapp is the CEO and president of Firestone America. When Firestone opened on 8/3/1900, the company employed only 12 people. In 1906, Henry Ford chose Firestone to supply tires for his Model T. In 1918, Firestone, a rubber company of Canada, were incorporated in Hamilton, Ontario, and in 1922, the production of the first Canadian-made tires entered the market on September 15, 1922. In 1926, Firestone opened one of the world's largest rubber plantations in Liberia, Africa. This plantation was over 1 million acres in size. In 1927, Henry Ford and Harvey Firestone opened factories in Los Angeles, California. Both of these locations closed by 1980 after much downsizing due to the companies moving locations to non-union states. In 1928, Firestone built a factory in Brentford, England. This location closed in 1979. In 1936, the company built a plant in Memphis, Tennessee, with a workforce of over 3,000 employees, and this location closed in 1982. During World War II, the U.S. government asked Firestone to produce artillery shells, aluminum kegs for food transportation, and rubberized military products. In 1961, Firestone purchased the Dayton Tire Division from the Dayco Corporation. In 1988, Firestone was sold to the Japanese corporation Bridgestone. In 1979, Firestone hired John Nevin as president to save the company from total collapse. With more than $1 billion in debt in 1979, Firestone was losing over $250 million a year. Nevin sold off much of the company's manufacturing plants, cut over 25,000 jobs, and sold the Firestone Country Club, trying to reduce debt and restructure the company. Nevin holds an MBA from the Harvard Business School and created a dramatic turnaround for Firestone. Nevin reduced Firestone's debt from $1.1 billion in 1980 to about $550 million today. In 1988, Nevin negotiated the sale of Firestone to the Japanese corporation Bridgestone. In 2008, the company celebrated a 20-year anniversary of the merger. In 2012, Bridgestone America opened a $100 million technical center in Akron, Ohio. In 2017, Bridgestone had a net income of $90 billion. In 2017, Firestone moved their corporate office to downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Firestone at 6211 Chippewa Street, St. Louis, Missouri. $2 million in sales annually. Store manager Joel Zimmerman manages 13 employees, 2 part-time and 11 full-time employees. There are 3 managers, including the store manager, tire manager, and service manager. I met with store manager Joel Zimmerman to discuss his planning, strategy, and competitive advantages for his store's location. Joel stated that the main problems at his store are employee tardiness, some lack of employee motivation, which leads to loss of productivity, and his middle manager having some anger management issues. Why I selected the issues of employee tardiness, lack of motivation, low productivity, and anger management. Employee tardiness creates chaos, frustration for managers and other employees. Lack of motivation decreases store productivity. Lack of productivity decreases store sales and bonuses. Lack of anger management creates a tense environment for everyone, is unprofessional, and an unpleasant atmosphere for both employees and customers. Proposed solutions. Tardiness, identify the behavior and frequency. Put responsibility on the employee. Have a brief meeting to discuss the issue and clearly verbalize the importance of timeliness and what is an unacceptable rate of tardiness. Document every instance of tardiness. Involve HR. Clearly outline and document consequences of tardiness with written warnings, docked pay, or docked bonuses. Offer options and accountability. Change employee schedule. Work with him or her to accommodate or create an action plan. Reward improvements. If an employee is still tardy at this point, you might consider either formal action such as termination or creating a more flexible work schedule, depending on the feasibility of the options. Motivation. Spend some time getting to know your employees and learn what they enjoy, what motivates and excites them the most about both time at work and their personal lives. Create an atmosphere where they can motivate themselves. Create contests that employees enjoy and facilitate a positive atmosphere. Find out what they look for in a workplace and what motivates them and helps them to succeed. Create production boards, create stat boards, give rewards based on what their interests are. Productivity. Joel stated that his team, for the most part, works very well together. We talked about a self-managed work team and efficiency. Giving the employees more responsibility and greater autonomy could increase productivity. Anger management. Joel said that this employee is a valued team member, but his angry outbursts have caused many issues. Even though Joel's tried all of the traditional ways of working with his employee, he said coaching, training and development, writing him up, withholding bonuses still have not worked, and there have even been altercations with customers and fellow employees. At this point, I suggested Joel should have been documenting everything, and he has been. This situation sounds like it may need to be escalated to HR after all other forms of communicating the importance of control are exhausted. Overall, Joel stated that he has a great team, and he has come up with some interesting ideas for motivating them, including a dartboard that determines breaks and small bonuses. Joel has created a sports theme for his contest because he knows that's what his employees enjoy. Joel definitely seems to be high in emotional intelligence, and his management style helps him to develop strong bonds with his employees. Joel really likes the idea of giving his employees more responsibility and autonomy. He plans on asking his employees to come up with innovative ideas for store production improvement, and we talked about Toyota and that company's employees being required to bring input, and Joel stated he plans on utilizing that idea.